Hey everyone, before we dive in, please hit that subscribe button to join my channel and stay updated with more stories like this. For a decade, my birthday wasn't part of the family's financial plan, while my sister enjoyed $3,000 cakes and dazzling fireworks. This year, I didn't make a scene. Instead, I silently booked a first-class flight to Switzerland. When I shared a photo of the stunning view from my $11,000 mountain chalet, the family group chat went wild. I'm Alex, 30 years old, the older sibling who's always early, parks on the street, and steadies wobbly tables without a word. I handle tech support for a hospital network, thriving on late nights with instant coffee and spreadsheets. My pastimes? Folding laundry on Sundays, strolling with a podcast in my ears, and saving receipts nobody else cares about. My sister, Eva, is 26, the family's radiant star, as Mom puts it, her words slicing like a paper cut. Eva's the darling of every nail salon, with a group chat named in her honor. Her Instagram sparkles like confetti, while mine features sunsets and the same pasta bowl every couple of weeks. I'm not one for theatrics, I'm practical. When voices overlap, I listen. When something breaks, I search for a fix online. For birthdays, I book the restaurant, grab the cake, and send Venmo requests to split the cost, knowing who'll forget to pay. 2 Saturdays before my birthday, I stopped by my parents' house to return Dad's drill. The kitchen gleamed like a glossy magazine spread. Rose gold balloons, a champagne tower set up, a neon sign proclaiming, it was always Eva. A stack of pastel macarons cost more than my weekly grocery haul. I stood in the doorway, drill and screws in hand, feeling like a delivery guy at the wrong address. Mom glanced up. Alex, perfect timing. Can you grab some French sparkling water? The fancy kind. Oh, and more ice. Maybe those mini croissants if Bose has them. Dad didn't look up from his phone. Move your car, champ. The caterer needs the driveway. Eva blew me an air kiss. You're a gem. The DJ only takes Zelle or cash. Can you cover it? I'll pay you back tonight. I glanced at the fridge calendar. My name was there, penciled in for Saturday, with brunch at Eva's loft and a smiley face scribbled over it. My chest tightened, folding inward. My birthday's next weekend, I said, not arguing, just stating it like a weather report. Mom's voice drifted back. Sweetie, March is tight. You know that. We'll celebrate you later. Aunt Nadia raised her glass with a clink. Remember how we never had the budget for Alex's birthday for 10 years? We're terrible. She laughed, and others joined in. I smiled because that's what you do. I moved my car, hauled the water, sliced limes, and straightened the neon sign. But somewhere between the ice and the limes, a quiet shift clicked in my mind. Not anger, not a rant, just a lock settling into place after years of fumbling with the key. I didn't speak up then. I stacked plates, checked the drill bits, and tucked the receipt in my wallet like a pebble to hold later. That line, 10 years not in the budget, lingered in my mouth, sharp like metal. I kept smiling, but inside I started keeping score. Our family spoke money fluently, not hugs or I'm proud of you. Money decided who got what when times were lean, what was practical, and what was a rare splurge. At 9, I begged for a $35 used Game Boy from a neighbor. Dad said, ask for it on your birthday. My birthday brought a card with $10 and a talk about patience. Meanwhile, Eva, at 9, got a $1,200 gymnastics camp. She's so gifted, Mom said. We have to nurture her. At 13, I wanted to join travel soccer. Total ripoff, Dad declared. The school team's enough. But when Eva wanted private tumbling lessons because her coach was mean, she got them. At 16, I worked grocery store shifts, saving $2,600 for community college books, stashed in an envelope in my desk. Mom found it while tidying and said, we'll keep it safe. 2 months later, Eva's Sweet 16 had a photo booth, candy bar, and fog machine. I moved a spreadsheet to clean the counter and saw a line. Venue balance, $2,600. The number stuck in my head like gum on a sole. I didn't ask. Family money is like mist. Everyone breathes it, but only some get oxygen. I stayed local, rode buses, graduated quietly with some debt, and answered help desk calls, staying calm through shouted complaints over spotty Wi-Fi. I became the guy who just handles it. At home, I was the backup plan. Need a canopy assembled? Alex. Need a cousin picked up from the airport? Alex. Need someone to pay the valet, and we'll settle later? Alex. I kept a notes file called Later. It grew like weeds. Some entries. $189.17 for emergency balloons charged to my card because Eva's friend forgot. $120 for a DJ. We'll square tonight. $157.30 for limes, ice, plastic cups. $480 for Eva's last-minute glam before a gala. Pay you back Friday. Never paid. $1.75 toward a cake. I didn't taste because I was moving cars for the caterer. Then there was Eva's 18th, $3,000 cake with edible gold, a skyline and frosting, sparkler fountains in the driveway. I served slices while Dad boomed. We went big because our girl only turns 18 once. My birthday that year? Pizza at home. March is tight. I scrubbed greasy pans and told Mom the pizza was great. She kissed my cheek. You're our rock, she said. Rocks prop things up. Stay out of pictures and don't blow out candles. The pattern held. Eva started a candle brand. Invest in me, she urged, asking for $4,000. I sent a budget, suggested starting small. Don't be negative, she replied. Mom texted, support your sister for once. I offered to build her website. They called me back-end wizard, LOL, then asked me to cover shipping labels until sales picked up. Sales didn't. Labels did. At 25, I brought my girlfriend, Lena, to a barbecue. Aunt Nadia asked her, is Alex ambitious? Eva grabbed a mic, always a mic, and toasted her new chapter as a lifestyle and wellness influencer. The crowd cheered. In the car, Lena asked, do they always talk to you like that? I said, only when they're awake. We drifted apart soon after. Not the only reason, but not unrelated. I tried setting boundaries. Once. Eva asked me to co-sign a car loan, basically free for 3 months. I wrote, I don't co-sign. I love you, but that's a boundary. She replied, you're being weird. Mom called, family helps. Don't be petty. Petty? The word clung to my bones. Birthdays cut deepest. Every March, I sent a simple invite 2 weeks out, bowling, tacos, low-key. Responses, we'll try maybe, or we'll do something small, sweetie. On the day, something else always took priority. Eva's loft brunch, a rooftop pregame, just because dinner for her. My name sat small on the calendar next to budget tight. I'd show up anyway with tape, scissors, and a credit card that knew the routine. The 10 years not in the budget joke wasn't cruel like a punch. It was cruel like a slow drip of cold water. You live with it until one day you realize you don't have to. After the neon sign party, I sat at my kitchen table, screws still scattered on it, and opened my later file. I scrolled through years of small debts tied to my name, a pattern etched by someone else's hand. I added a note at the top, March joke. Then I started a new page, what I will and won't do. It stayed blank, but it was there. That Tuesday, Mom called, her voice all event planner crisp. Sweetie, Eva's engagement is in May. Nothing wild, just elegant. Can you handle the venue deposit? It's only $6,000 up front. Your dad's bonus will cover the rest. Dad grabbed the phone. Champ, we'll pay you back. Stop acting like a banker. I said, I need to think. Mom snapped, don't be difficult. It's family. That night, Eva sent a spreadsheet. Alex, venue $6,000, due Friday, TY, highlighted in yellow. Another row. Fireworks deposit, $900. You know I love fireworks, with a smiley face I could hear. I stared at my phone, then set it face down. I wiped my counter, took out the trash unnecessarily, and looked at my blank page. Under what I won't do, I typed, I won't fund disrespect. I didn't send it. I didn't reply. I opened a tab and searched Zurich first class. Why Zurich? Maybe the mountains, maybe the quiet. The price for a first-class ticket made my stomach lurch. I closed the tab, then reopened it. I found a chalet with windows like movie screens, $11, 000 for 3 nights. I laughed alone because the number felt absurd. I didn't book it. Not yet. Wednesday, Mom texted, "Don't forget the deposit, sweetie. Planner needs the receipt." Eva added, "Love you." Dad sent, "Be a man." Thursdays, just family. Dinner wasn't soup and sweatpants anymore. It was place cards and a part-time photographer. I went because I always do, but also because that click in my head was back. The lock was ready to turn. Dinner started innocently. Soup, piano covers of pop songs, my name on a place card by the fern. Family is everything, spelled out in wooden letters on a shelf. Mid-meal. Mom stood for a toast like she was at a gala. "We're so grateful Alex is covering the venue deposit," she said, smiling for the phones that lifted. A true big brother. I set my fork down. My pulse didn't spike. The world just came into focus. "I'm not," I said. The room made a noise like a straw losing suction. Mom blinked. "You're not what?" "I'm not paying the deposit," I said. "Or the fireworks, or the photographer. None of it." A pause. Everyone glancing for cues. Eva laughed, a sharp, forced chirp. "He's joking," she told the room. "I'm not joking," I said. Dad leaned forward, a warning in his posture. "Don't do this. We told people." "That's on you," I said. Aunt Nadia tried humor. "It's just money," she sang. "It's never just money," I countered. "It's 10 years of my birthday being a joke, while I bought ice and limes for everyone else's parties. It's 'we'll Venmo you later' that never happens. It's being named like a sponsor, not asked like a son." Mom's smile stayed stiff. "We said we'd reimburse you," she repeated, as if repetition made it real. "You've said that before," I said. "I'm not angry. I'm done." Eva's smile vanished. "You always make my moments about you," she said. "I'm making my life about me," I replied. "You can have your moments." "That's fair." Dad's hand hit the table, not hard, but loud. "You're ungrateful." I nodded slowly. "I knew you'd say that." He pointed to the door. "If you walk out now, I'm not storming out," I said. "I'm leaving before dessert. And I'm not your debit card." Mom softened her tone. "Sweetie, don't be petty." "Petty is paying for fireworks while you joke I don't get a candle," I said, steady. "I'm not yelling. I'm not punishing. I'm setting boundaries." Eva crossed her arms. "What does that even mean?" "It means if you put my name on a bill, the answer's no. If you joke about my birthday not being in the budget, I leave. If you ask respectfully, I'll consider it. And no is enough." Mom tried the guilt card. "If you loved your sister, you'd do this without question. If you respected your son, you wouldn't announce his wallet without asking." Silence spread like spilled wine. I stood, placed my napkin down, thanked the caterer, nodded to the photographer, who looked relieved to be off duty, and walked to my car. At home, I opened my laptop. I booked the first-class ticket to Switzerland for my birthday morning and reserved the $11,000 chalet that looked like a postcard. The confirmation email hit, and my chest thumped once, then settled. I packed light: boots, jacket, beanie, a book I keep meaning to finish, a small notebook. I set my phone to do not disturb. Dad called 5 times. Mom sent 12 texts, shifting from "we're disappointed" to "we're worried" to "we'll talk tomorrow" to "deposits due Friday." Friday morning, I sent one group chat message: "Not available this weekend. Talk next week." No explanation, no argument. At 4:30 a.m. on my birthday, my rideshare driver asked, "Business or pleasure?" "Closure," I said. He laughed. "Nice." The airport lounge had stale croissants and hushed travelers. My plane seat became a bed. I didn't post my boarding pass or flex. I watched the runway blur past and felt something unnamed. Maybe space was closest. Zurich was sleek, steel, glass, trains that ran on time. A taxi wound up a mountain road. The chalet's door opened to a window as wide as a wall. Snow, silence, a soft hum of heat. My phone buzzed with birthday wishes, cousin gifts, a minion sticker from Aunt Nadia. Nothing from Eva. Mom texted, "Call when you can." I set the phone down and made tea in a tin pot that clicked satisfyingly. That first night, I wrote a list at the wooden table. No loans. No public claims on my money. No, not in the budget jokes. Disrespect me, I leave. Ask respectfully, I decide. I don't owe explanations. I slept deeply, No dreams, just the kind of rest where the room's the perfect temperature and no one needs you. Morning brought a photo I couldn't resist. Mug, window, mountains. Caption 30. No location, no brag. 10 minutes later, my phone lit up. Friends, dude, where's that? As you should. A co-worker. Finally using PTO like a human. Nice. Not the point. The family chat turned chaotic. Mom, where are you? Dad, call your mother. Aunt Nadia, is that snow? Cousin Ilya, Switzerland. Eva, cute. Whose chalet? I made eggs, ignored the phone, and walked a loop behind the chalet until my lungs felt clean. My mind tried crafting comebacks for fights that weren't real. I let them drift like clouds. Back inside, 39 missed messages, 10 missed calls, 3 voicemails from Dad, all ending. Call me back or else. Or else what? He's never solved that part. Mom's text cycled through worry and control. 11:05, are you safe? 11:12, why leave on your birthday? 11:19, we could have planned something. 11:27, the deposit's due today. 11:33, your father's upset. 11:41, I'm crying. 11:55, don't do this to us. 12:08, call me now. I called at 2 p.m., fueled by energy, of you, and no need to prove anything. Mom answered instantly. Where are you? Switzerland, I said, the word crisp like a mint. With who? Just me. Who paid? I did. Why? Like I'd bought a yacht. It's my birthday. I wanted quiet. You could have told us. We would have celebrated. You celebrated Eva again. Silence. I heard a TV and Dad muttering. Are you holding that over us? Mom asked, feigning hurt. We didn't know you cared. I told you for years, I said. You called it petty. She sighed. We were counting on you for the deposit, she admitted, softer, like it pained her. I didn't agree, I said. That's not my problem. You're punishing us. This isn't revenge, I said, same tone as at dinner. It's closure. She bristled. You sound like a therapist. I sound like a person with boundaries. Going forward, if you put my name on a bill, it's no. If you joke about my birthday, I leave. If you ask respectfully, I might help, but no is an option. Is this forever? She asked, small. Yes, I said. Unless you change. Silence stretched. I checked if the call dropped. Happy birthday, she said, stiff. I hope it's everything you want. It is, I said. Thanks. We hung up. 20 minutes later, Eva FaceTimed. I let it ring out. She called again. I answered. Her face glowed with highlighter and engagement ring shine. So, you're making a whole drama, she said, no greeting. It's not drama, I said. It's a trip. You could have just said no. I did. You put me on a spreadsheet anyway. She smirked. You love keeping score. Receipts, dates, dollars. It's so accountant. Counting keeps me sane, I said. It shows the pattern. She rolled her eyes. Jealous much? Of being the center? I asked, curious, not sharp. Admit it. I'm tired, I said. There's a difference. People are talking, she said, eyes wide like a news ticker. You made Mom cry. I don't control Mom's tears, I said. I control my wallet and my time. She stared. Enjoy your mountains, she snapped, like it was a jab, and hung up. I made pasta, watched the light fade like a dimming switch, and wrote 2 lists. What I owe, rent, work, my health. What I don't, their deposits, their version of me. Explanations for no. I slept like a rock in a cold stream. Day 2. Dad called from a blocked number. I answered on instinct. Get home, he barked. You embarrassed us. I'll be home Sunday, I said. I'll come by at 2 if respect's on the table. If it's blame, I leave. He huffed. You think you're better than us now? No, I said. I think I'm separate. He hung up. A minute later, Uncle Yuri, Dad's quiet younger brother, texted, took me 40 years to say no. Proud of you for 30. I stared until my eyes stung. Relief feels like grief slipping away. On the last night, I set a table for 1, lit a tea candle because I could. I didn't post it. I saved the photo in an album called Proof. At the airport, I turned on my phone. The group chat had evolved. Phase 1, panic. Phase 2, anger, selfish, drama king, grow up. Phase 3, bargaining. Come Sunday, we'll celebrate you. Let's reset. Family first. I replied, I'll come Sunday at 2. If I'm disrespected, I leave. If money's assigned to me, I leave. If apologies happen, I listen. Mom hearted it. Eva sent a thumbs up emoji that felt like a challenge. Dad said nothing. I pocketed my phone, shoulders loosening like a weight had lifted. Sunday at 2, I walked into the same kitchen where I've cut more limes than had birthdays. No balloons, no neon sign, just a bakery box on the counter. Dad stood by the sink, arms crossed but not rigid. Eva sat with a notebook like a project manager. Mom began, words measured, we overstepped. Announcing the deposit was wrong. Thank you, I said. We didn't know you cared about birthdays, she added, wincing at her own words. You always say you don't like fuss. I don't, I said. I like being included. Dad cleared his throat. We can cover the venue, he said. You don't need to make a point. I'm not, I said. I'm setting a line. It stays. Eva tapped her notebook. So, you'll come as a guest if I'm invited as one? No tasks, no bills. I nodded. Exactly. She gave a single nod. Fine. I read my list aloud, steady. No loans, no surprise expenses with my name, no not in the budget jokes. If you disrespect me, I leave. If you ask with respect, I decide. No, doesn't need a paragraph. Mom nodded like she'd rehearsed. We can do that. We want to. Dad stared at the floor. I'm not good at this, he said. I was unfair. Noted, I said. Mom slid the bakery box over. Chocolate cake. 2 candles, a 3 and a 0. Mismatched, not $3,000. Real.